G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Surviving Mars with Mags. So in today's video we're making final preparations to get the dome ready to receive our first colonists. I hope you enjoy. Just a few seconds anyway, so we can start moving all the stuff in and we'll get that organised. So we've got a very efficient dome to begin with. Low on machine parts, yep, and we're going to be low on polymers as well. Don't worry about it. And these buildings not working, 3. 2, and what's our third one? 3. Yep. These 3 all require colonists, so we can't do anything until our colonists actually arrive. Why are they not being built?
Cable fault reported.
They want the machine parts and we don't have access to them, of course. 1 apiece. That's right, we can deal with that. And where is our malfunctioning cable? It's further up.
Research complete.
First things first, let's get our rocket landed. So we'll drop it down here so it can begin its unloading. Now, a couple of things I need to do over here that I forgot to do earlier on. I'm going to want another dumping site nearby, just for the water reclamator, the water miner over here. And I think we're going to want one of these over here as well, which we will just place there for the sake of it for the moment. That'll do. Now, plenty of concrete. Supplies will start unloading now, so that's fine. Power. Grab this drone here. Where are electronics machine parts? I'm going to want...
We have a power shortage. Cable fault reported.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I want a couple of storage areas just for machine parts over here so I can see what's going on. What are you carrying? Nothing? You carrying a machine part? Bring that up here, please. So I'm just manually stealing a drone that's carrying one of the repair parts, one of the machine parts. And we're going to actually need to go and steal some concrete as well. Ah, damn it. Let's put a concrete depot up here as well, and we're going to need some more dumping grounds because we are starting to run out of space around the concrete extractor. We'll move some more of the machine parts up in just a moment and get those air turbines actually running, or wind generators running. Alright, now what's that missing now? Not enough workers. Of course it's not. That's fine.
Sector scanned.
So it has been built, that's good. Alright, where is our research craft? That would be RC Explorer. And our transport is charged, so it can get up here and start mining as well. And at this point, I think it is about time to start laying down that second drone controller up this end. So what we'll do, place the drone hub. Now I do want a little bit of an overlap here. Probably about there will do.
Anomaly analyzed.
New
There's
texts are
more
available
to the
for
barren
research.
environs of the Red Planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder. So long as you know where to look.
Effect. The following texts have been revealed on the research screen. Earth-Mars Initiative, Productivity Training. Right, so we do have an extra slot. Earth-Mars Initiative increases research provided by sponsor by 100. That would be good. Productivity Training. Engineers and geologists now have +10 performance when working in their speciality. That would be good for the mining. Moisture vaporizer upgrade. Water production increased by 50%. Honestly, more applicants will start to appear on Earth. Scientists and botanists will have +10 performance when working in their speciality. Superconductive computing. Which options? Fuel compression. Rocket cargo space increased by 10,000 kilograms. Let's go with that, actually. More cargo is better. Now, odd. Of course, it's outside of the controllers. So we'll move our controller up here a little bit, and he should start doing controller thingies. There we go. We should have the, here we go. The drone hub will be up. I was wondering why that wasn't building. Just wasn't quite in range of our RC rover. Now, with the drone hub up, hopefully, we'll start seeing some stuff being built here now. They still want the parts, so I need RC rover. He's going to concrete depot, carrying nothing, going to he's moving the waste rock around. Alright, need to find a free drone at this point in time that I can use to grab a couple of parts. So we got one wind turbine up. That one will do. You come here and grab one too. Alright, you've got your part, and bring it back to here. Now that'll be our next one.
We have a power shortage.
Manually send that one up. Yeah, I'm working on the power shortage. And that one. The 3 machine parts, we should have functional wind turbines up this end of the world in just a moment. Now, on this section here, what I'm going to do on power is we're going to put down some of these new generators that we got, which I need to remember exactly where they are. Stirling generators. These ones. Place one there. Now, these are interesting. They generate 2 modes of power. When they're closed, they're nearly impervious to dust. They're very survivable. They don't wear out very quickly. But you can open them to drastically increase the amount of power you're generating. But it does expose them to dust, which is likely to damage them more quickly. So it's important to put them in a spot where they're going to get minimal amounts of dust when you need to open them. You run them closed most of the time. When you open them, they'll generate +10 more power, which can save your ass if you're in a situation where you're going to run out of power. Yes, I know they're not working. You don't need to keep reminding me. And we are refueled and fully unloaded, so we can send Avril 1 back. And back to the stars we send our rocket, and the next one that comes we will be bringing our colonists.
Sector scanned.
What have we got? Not a great deal as far as I can tell. Oh, we'll scan those ones. Now, my transport rather, 26 at the moment. All the metal's being mined out, so we will go out a little bit further. I'm sure we can find some more metal around here somewhere that is outside of our area of control. Metals, yep, that's what we want. So go mine that. And where is our rover? Not our rover, rather our explorer. Nearly out of power. You can come back and plug back into the backbone and charge yourself back up. And we're going to need a maintenance run on our concrete extractor, although it's down to 285. We are going to have to get the other one up and running as soon as possible. How are we doing on water supplies? Oh, we've only taken 800 units and there's 9,000 units in that, so that's going to last for ages. 7,875, only taking a couple hundred units out of that, so that is fine as well. All of our tanks are full. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what the hell I'm going to do with this area once this concrete extractor's done its thing. Why is that one not running? It still hasn't got a part.
Sector scanned.
No resources found. Research complete. Explorer AI has been updated. Might pick up the part and get back up there and supply the power. Now, how are our current resources looking? Plus 31 in daylight, all the battery banks are full. Oxygen surplus is 3, water surplus is currently 0, but I'm not concerned. We're generating plenty of fuel. All of our oxygen tanks are actually really low. Really low.
Pipe leak reported.
Oh, get on fixing that, please. Cute little dudes. I think we're going to need another Moxie. We just haven't got enough surplus oxygen at this point. At least not for my liking. Let's put another Moxie just in here. Only requires 5 metal, so that's not too expensive just to put another one in and try and get these tanks up and full. Oh, hang on, no, they are all full. I'm an idiot. I'm reading the maintenance level and not the oxygen level. That's alright, that means I will build more tanks then. Let's build... Where would be the best spot? We'll build another set over here near this battery.
Sector scanned.
2 on that side, and we'll put 1 on the other, and that puts a separation between these tanks and these tanks. And just keep the groups split along the line so that if anything happens, the worst thing that can possibly happen is one of the cables separates between the dome and the supply in here, but they're so close together it shouldn't be an issue. Water, the colonists can survive for a little while without if they get separated off. Oxygen will kill them very quickly, so I need to keep the oxygen supplies relatively close to minimize the chance of that happening. Providing we have supplies out on the line, although it would be nice to be able to plumb back into the domes from a different location. So if there's a separation, say here for example, the supplies on this line can still get around to the dome via another way, but We'll look at that once the concrete extractor's done. I might run a cable and a pipeline through here once it's out of the way, and use it to plumb through, because we're probably going to pick up a second dome up here so we can get access to these rare metals. Anyways, at this point, everything seems to be about ready to rock and roll. The only thing I'm holding up for at the moment is I was hoping to have the farm researched at this point, but we are not quite there. But I think, yeah, soil adaptation still 2. We got to finish off superconducting computing first. I think we'll be fine without it. Alright. Passenger rocket. Now, we can select our options. We have 71 colonists. Now, on age groups, we're already turning down children and seniors. So, middle-aged, adults and youth are all we're really interested in, and honestly, I'd like to drop off the middle-aged as well. Youth and adults. So that brings us up to 35 potential colonists out of what we've got available at this point. Now, specializations. We don't want scientists, not on this run. We do want engineers. We do want botanists. Actually, do we want engineers? An engineer trained for work in factories. Working in extractor buildings. No, we don't want engineers, we want geologists. Security, we don't want, and we don't want to bring them. Oh, we really do want to bring a medic in, that's the thing. Yeah, we'll leave medics open. So geologists, botanists, and medics. These are two. The botanists are for our food supply, obviously. Our geologists are for the extractors, and medic just to keep everyone alive for as long as possible. Sex, don't really care. Perks. Now here's where we can start narrowing it down. Nerds and gamers, do not care. Religious. Saint, no. Religious, no. Celebrities, no. And let's go to flaws. Lazy, no. Idiots and chronic conditions, no. Whiners, no. Cowards, no. Now, gluttons, I would rather not. Tend to consume more food. We're not going to have a huge amount of food available, so I don't want gluttons on the first run. This is just trying to narrow down the colonists that we're going to get on our very first run. I want a group that isn't going to go insane, isn't going to consume more resources that is necessary, and is going to work in a very particular fashion just to get the first stage of the colony done with. Because we don't get any more. Once we bring these colonists in, we've got to keep them alive for a certain period of time before the colony is considered to be proved viable, and at that point we can then bring more colonists in. But in that first stage, we get one rocket with one set of colonists. We get 12. We've managed to narrow it down to 17 at this point. Don't want hypochondriacs. I can deal with gamblers and alcoholics. I can make a bar. I can make a gambling venue. I can deal with that. Quite frankly, anybody who comes to Mars on the first trip should be a gambler anyway by default. Loners I'm fine with. I would rather not have melancholic, but it's 4. If I take that off, I'll drop below the rocket capacity. So I'm going to have to bite the bullet and bear with that. Quirks, guru, tourist, and vegan. We don't want any tourists. I don't care if you're vegan or not, and don't care if you're guru or not. So those are fine. Alright. Now, that's the thing. We get to select what we do and don't want out of the colonists, but we don't get to select the colonists themselves. When the rocket arrives, we find out what we got delivered by the choices that we made. Alright. Must be connected to a power consumer. Ah, that one's not on the power grid. Well now, we need to do something about that. God, I built that ages ago. There we go. Once our little drones come over and build that pipe in, that'll solve that problem and get a little bit more power on here. Now, we're going to send a maintenance unit to our water supply. No deposits. Alright, so there is still concrete here, but it's not within the miner's ability to get. It's all this concrete around the outside. So at this point,
Pipe leak reported.
we salvage it, and our drones will come and start pulling it apart. And soon enough we'll be able to clear it as well and get rid of the building. Now, where's the pipe leak at? Alright, so we should have some more maintenance drones coming through there to fix that up. Which does mean it is time to get our new concrete supply up and running. Which we're going to build right there. Now, it won't have a cable connection straight away, but that's fine because I'm going to build a little cable connector just there. Now again, we're going to want some dumping points, so we'll place those up there. And we do want concrete storage at a relatively close range, although we want to get it far enough back that the drone controllers here have some overlap. So actually delete that one. 2, 1, and gone, because it's not really a building, it's just a place where I told it to put stuff. And we'll build these parallel to the line. There we go. So we should have overlap from both of the drone controllers, so both sides will have access to this concrete. And we have access to another anomaly, so now, there is our research vehicle, it is fully charged, and we send it on our way. Where is our transport? It's full. Get it to come back and unload the metals here. And now, it's not going to let us clear the building. Can be cleared for resources or rebuilt. And I want it cleared. You can go away. Now our rockets arrived with 12 food on board. So here come the colonists.
Full of hope and determination, the first founders have set foot on the Red Planet.
For the next 10 sols will be full of difficulties and dangers, but also with great promises and opportunities. It is now for us to prove that Mars can be a doorway to greater riches and the future of human civilization. Even the most epic adventure began with a single step. Effect: the arrival of additional colonists is temporarily suspended until the colony proves able to sustain human life. Your founder colonists must survive for 10 sols before additional people can arrive. Hint: the colony will be evaluated positively before the period ends in the event that the first human is born on Mars. So if we can organize our colonists to have a child within the first 10 sols, it automatically is classed as a pass, and we can bring more in. If you feel you're up to the challenge, try constructing medical buildings and raising the comfort of the founders as much as possible with service buildings.
Milestone
Well, we will
achieved.
look into that.
New colonists have
Here they
arrived.
come. Let's slow that down a little bit, back to normal speeds. Welcome to Mars. I will do my best to not kill you. Anyways, ladies and gents, I'm going to bring this one to a close here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. Surviving Mars will be coming back to the channel very soon, as you have already seen. Until next time, remember to click that like button, share, and subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, take care.